everybody. I hope you're doing well. It's good to see you again. Today's Artist Spotlight, we're going to talk about Bush. No, not that Bush. Not that Bush either. That Bush. The guys from across the pond, the British band Bush. Going to focus on the 16 Stone album today. Talk about a few of the songs on there, and a few that, the ones that influenced me growing up and playing. That album came out at the end, like December of 1994, and throughout 95 and early 96, I listened to that album a lot, for a whole year, almost every day. Of course, with other stuff too, but that album just really, really was a strong album. In my opinion, probably get crap for this, but I don't care. I think it was one of the best albums to come out of the 90s. Had 12 songs on it, and 5 of those were hits. Very radio friendly. They got a lot of crap for being riding the wave of the Nirvana grunge alternative sound, but they had their own style. But yeah, that's what we're going to focus on today. Just talk about a few of the songs, like I said. And I do these artist series, the artist spotlights, to kind of introduce stuff to the younger people playing, and to the ones that've never heard of them. I mean, this album, 1994, it's 24 years old this fall, or this December it'll be. So there's a lot of young people that were born well after this that have never heard this, and I find when I play in bands and I bring up songs, a lot of people my age never listened to Bush, so which is hard to believe because they were all over the radio for a while, but not a lot of musicians I've played with want to cover Bush. I don't know why. They get a lot of crap for being, like I said earlier, riding the wave of the grunge, but I feel they had a little bit of their own sound, and I really like that album. That's my favorite album. Razor Blade Suitcase, their follow-up, was really good as well, but nowhere near the quality, I think, of this one. All right, so yeah, Everything Zen was one of the big hits off that one. That's the iconic. Play a little riff of it here for you. That one. All right, I'm sure most of you who are familiar with Bush obviously know that song, but really a cool song. I remember stocking shelves at the little food mart I worked at, a little gas station in North Carolina in Butner, and playing that album over and over as a cassette, of course, back then, but over and over, listening to that while I was stocking the shelves, and that song was just really, really cool. Like the lyrics in it, just very unique. One of my favorites of theirs. One of my favorites to play. Solos in it. It's got a lot of cool pentatonic stuff, and solo in that later on is really, really fun. I haven't quite mastered it yet, but great song. Little Things. That was another one on there that was a nice, good, upbeat, rock-driven one. That was. And then it had like the quiet part in it. And it was that kind of heavy, quiet, the typical grunge alternative sound, where they got the clean verses, the heavy choruses. Really, really good song. I don't play that one as much, but it's one of my favorites. Come Down is another one. That was one of the big hits of theirs. That one was. Nice bar chord song. It changes in the chorus, goes to a D instead of the B minor, but that kind of had more of the angst-filled kind of. When you listen to it, you feel the angst in him. That's one thing about Gavin Rozell, is how he conveyed his lyrics and the lyrical story. When you listen to it, he paints a picture for you to listen to, and sometimes it's very vague, so it really leaves the listener, it's open to interpretation for each listener, so you can kind of attach it to yourself, which is why I kind of liked the way Gavin Rossdale wrote. It wasn't a direct story that only had one meaning. His songs really could take on different meanings for each person listening to it, and that's a good songwriter, when your music can really touch different people in different ways. Machine Head was another really a lot of bands you'll hear covering that. It's I've never been I love listening to it. I've never been a fan of playing it, but it's that fast. That riff there, and then that one. I mean, it's a great, fun, good driving song. Upbeat, fun to listen to. Out of the 5 hits that came out, that one's probably my least favorite of them. But I mean, I really like the song. I'm not saying I don't like it. It's just out of the 5 favorites of mine, that one's probably the bottom of the list. And I mean, there's other great songs on there like Testosterone, Swim's good, Ex-Girlfriend. I mean, there's Alien. It's got some really good stuff on this album. I definitely encourage you to go out. I say go out and buy it, but those days are over. Download it, listen to it, get your guitar out, start listening, picking some stuff out. This is one of the albums I actually learned a lot of these songs to play by ear because we didn't have the internet back then. You might get lucky and have a tab book, Guitar World or something that had the tabs for them, and we would learn that way. But a lot of these, I would sit down and just keep rewinding the cassette. Later on, I got the CD, but just kept working and listening to it over and over, and really helped develop my ear. I encourage you to take a listen to the whole album. And then finally, of course, their most popular one, probably, I mean, I think it's their most popular one. It's Glycerine. That's 1-5-6-4 progression in F. I don't know how many songs are written in that 1-5-6-4 progression, but that song, I think he did it in Woodstock in '99. It was Pouring Rain. Yeah, it must have been '99 because the album didn't come out till late '94 after Woodstock 25. So yeah, it was Woodstock 30th anniversary 1999. He played it in the rain. You just got him out there with his guitar, just killing it. I mean, that was probably one of the highlights of, I'm sure, of his career. But as I said earlier, the thing I like about Bush, and when you listen to his Gavin Rossdale's lyrics, and you listen to the way he sings, the way he conveys that angst, that hurt, and he really delivers it very well. You know, you can tell he puts his whole self into it when he's singing, which can't be said for some musicians. So I mean, they get a lot of crap and being Nirvana clones, and never really thought they were, in my opinion. You could hear that era in their sound, but I don't hear Nirvana in their sound. I hear other influences and their own stuff, and they had their own feel. But yeah, 16 Stones, the album, and it's a great album. Like I said, go out, download it, listen to it, get your guitar out, mess with some of those, and like I said, it's just Little Things is a good starter one. Machine Head is too, and Glycerine, of course, great on acoustic as well. But just a really fun album, fun one to listen to, and so there you go, a little spotlight of Bush and 16 Stone. So thanks for watching. I will see you next time, and hope you're doing well. Have a good one.